Hello everybody, I am Willy Sparks. Welcome to SILB Productions. Now you're probably wondering, what does SILB stands for? Very simple, Stringed Instrument Lessons for the Blind. Now this is not just your detailed explanation channel only geared toward the blind. This is also geared to help bridge the gap between the sighted and the blind to understand how a sighted person might want to know how a blind person learns guitar. Now, we will start with guitar and we'll expand to other instruments such as possibly mandolin, ukulele, and maybe Western lap steel guitar. I hope you enjoy this channel, and without these two gentlemen, Sasha Ploner and Bert Hara, these are my two wonderful, great guys that are willing to help us out and are going to appear in our panel discussions and some talks we're going to have about different artists, how different guitar styles work, how electric guitars work, how acoustic guitars work. And you'll see these guys quite a bit throughout the entire set of videos that we do. I hope you enjoy it, and play on.
Hello, I'm Sasha Ploner, and Willy gonna show us one of the main things about music. Of the first lesson is about tuning.
Thanks, Sasha. Thanks, Bert, for the technical help here. All right, so yes, the main part and probably the first most important thing you want to do when learning guitar is how to tune. Now, there are some people who have what is called absolute hearing, and which means they don't need a tuner to help them tune. But sometimes I will tell you, even on the best of days, I suffer from allergies, and boy, it can really help you if you have a tuning device nearby. I usually either carry a pitch pipe or I tune. If I'm at a gig, I will use a piano or another instrument to tune to. But your guitar has 6 strings, and it's tuned from high to low, and the high string is always on the bottom. The first string is E. The second string is B, as in Bravo. The third string is G, as in golf. The fourth string is D, as in Delta. The fifth string is A, as in Alpha. And you have the sixth string, which is a low E, as in Echo. I'm going to repeat that again, just so you guys get the idea. And don't fret if you can't get it the way I get it, because that's what tuning aids are for. And I will discuss the different ways, means you can tune a guitar. So we'll go back through and we'll just show you what the pitches are again. The first string, from high to low, we'll start again. E, Echo. B, Bravo. G, Golf. D, Delta. A, Alpha. A, Alpha. And E, Echo. And so there you go. Now I'm going to discuss a little bit about how you can go about tuning. You have all sorts of ways. You can use a pitch pipe, and it's basically like one of these little, it sounds like a harmonica, but it's only got 6 little holes, 3 on either side of it. It's a little box with like 6 holes, and each of the holes has all your pitches on it. I must say, when you do this, don't just blow into the thing, because it's just going to give you a really sharp and raspy and distorted, sounds like little Walter Jacobs harmonica piece gone bad. All right, so, but if you use a pitch pipe, just be aware a light blowing technique will always help you, and then you just tune as normal. And then You have your tuning pegs up top that hold your strings in place. You just kind of, if you need to tune, you... And once you tune it, it stays right there, and then you got some easy playing. Now I'm going to bring the panel discussion in here. I'm going to ask Sasha and Bert about their tuning experiences.
Am I correct? Willie asked me if I have any troubles at my beginning of playing the guitar to tune that thing.
Yeah.
And I can tell you no, but sometimes yes, because nobody taught me that, but I listen to a lot of music and I try to play with records. And then I figure out how the tuning goes.
Yeah, that was tuning was one of the biggest struggles for me when I first started. In fact, I made one failed attempt to start, and that was a big part of it, was the fact that I couldn't tune it and it sounded terrible. So I was lucky enough, I'm sighted and they make visual tuners. But Willie, when you called me last week about tuners that have the ability to do audio. So this one, for example, you can take through and it gives a tone for each string. So so this is the B, there's the E, here's the A, the D, for example. It goes right through the strings. So this in particular for our blind friends is a Seiko SAT10 guitar and bass tuner that I bought on Amazon.com.
Okay.
And
it sounds a bit like a Tamagotchi, but but anyway.
Yeah, most of those with tone generators kind of sound that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, if it helps, it's great.
Right.
Yeah. Tamagotchi.
But if you got somebody helping out, then to begin with, that could be a frustrating hurdle in the early stages that I would think you get better. It gets better.
What is important in that case is never play with an untuned guitar, because your ear get used to it if you play with an untuned guitar.
Absolutely.
Be in that case no finger. Be in that case, when you start learning the guitar, be very disciplined about that fact, that you tune that guitar right, because it helps you if you're getting better and better. Don't learn bad habits of an untuned guitar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. And there's a lot of advantages to getting used to doing it by sound as well, because as you advance, one of the things you do is string bends. And if you're used to using these visual tools, you need to be able to identify the right note.
And I'll explain what a string bend here is real quick for those viewers who don't know what a string bend is. A string bend is basically when you take a note, or if you want to do, let's say, instead of going, you could go and just bend the string up, just like that.
Yeah, you need to be able to recognize a note, so you don't bend too sharp or too flat.
And if you heard about an old blues player called B.B. King used to put a career out of it. Can we say about string bending? Yeah, string bending.
Yep, he did. That was my mentor, B.B. King, right there.
But my advice would be just don't let the tuning can be a little frustrating in the early stages.
Oh yeah.
But don't let it keep you from the joy of learning to play the instrument.
And if a guitar one time is tuned, it can go out of tune. Like
go out of tune easy sometimes. Yeah.
Because it's a wooden instrument, and it's very sensitive with the temperature.
Unless you have one of those Eddie Van Halen Frankenstrats that don't really go out of tune.
Yeah.
Even when you start to do,
Anyway, rip Eddie.
Yeah. Rip Eddie.
Rip Eddie.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, we'll have to take a quick pause for the pop quiz. And that pop quiz question, which will be answered in the next lesson, Who was the first to dip his guitar pickup coils in wax?
Dipping their guitar coils in wax. That's an electric guitar, of course.
Yeah, electric guitar pickup coils in wax.
Wow, okay, that's an interesting question. I'm looking forward to learning the answer.
Yes.
All right.
Who?
That will be answered in the next lesson.
Next video.
All
right, okay. All right. So does that wrap it up for today, Willie?
That wraps it up for today. And
okay.
remember, just keep playing on.
Yeah, yeah.